So Advocate Malesela Teffo is expected to appear at the Hillbrow Magistrate's Court today, and the defense lawyer was arrested yesterday in the High Court sitting in Pretoria during court proceedings. He represents 4 of the 5 accused in the Meyiwa murder trial. Those are just scenes that played out on your screen there that you are watching. Teffo has accused Police Minister Gerrie Nel of being involved in his arrest. It's understood that his matter is not, however, related to the Meyiwa trial. Let's bring in the Meyiwa family advocate, that's Gerrie Nel, who joins us via our telephone line for reaction on yesterday's developments. Advocate Nel, it's great to have you on the program. Thank you so much indeed for your time. As a start, do you agree with those who are saying that the manner in which this arrest was carried out is an affront on the legal profession and is actually aimed at ensuring that we never solve this murder?
Good morning, Ayanda. I go further. I say this is a blatant indication of the unprofessionalism and incompetence of South African police. So to keep a warrant in abeyance and to use a warrant to embarrass an advocate in court, in road, in the glare of the TV is just ludicrous. I have no doubt that this conduct will fuel all the conspiracy theories about police protection and complicity in the trial. So, I wasn't in court when it happened. But when people told me, I was absolutely speechless. I could not believe that the police would stoop that low. So, Ayanda, one cannot blame any person that thinks that the police acted deliberately to silence Advocate Teffo and or prevent him from pursuing his defense of police complicity. I really hope that the police will act swiftly, they'll come out strongly, they'll explain their conduct, because, as it is, their conduct has tainted the case.
Already there have been, if you like, real concerns about the meddling in this case, because what Advocate Teffo alleged whilst being arrested corroborates remarks that come from Meyiwa's brother, that there are people who are investigating this matter who actually don't have an interest in us finding out what took place back in October in 2014 in that house in Vosloorus. You have always wanted to get to the bottom of what took place in the form of having the mastermind arrested. Given what's taken place in the last 24 hours, are you any more confident that we're moving in the right direction? Yes,
I'm still confident. I know the evidence in the matter. I've been briefed on the matter. I'm following the strategy of the state advocate. This has just been irresponsible by the South African Police Service. And I really hope they come out today with more than we investigating. Because to come out in the public and say, we're investigating the conduct of the police while somebody is in custody on a warrant for a trespassing matter is just not good enough. So let me just say that I've been in court throughout the trial up until now. I followed the cross-examination of the first witness, but let us place it in context. The first witness is a forensic field worker who collects evidence, hands evidence in, and lots was said and versions were put, which is interesting, but it's early days. I think what people should really look out for is not so much what happened on the scene, but what led to the arrest, the evidence that led to the arrest of the accused and the evidence that would link the accused to the murder. That is the important aspect. What happened on the scene, that Advocate Teffo is using to indicate or to support his defense of police complicity, but it's early days. It's just that what happened yesterday in court is just so irresponsible and unfortunately will taint the prosecution of this matter. And I hope that we can just start again on the 30th and that we can speed this process up so that people can just understand what's going on.
The difficulty, of course, is that what happened yesterday has also opened up a whole can of worms, so to speak. I mean, how worried are you that now we're dealing with a situation where we might have a case within a case? And what I mean by that is that, on the one hand, we want to be able to ascertain who might be behind this target, supposedly, that's on the prosecution, whilst on the other hand, we're trying to ascertain how those who are accused of Meyiwa's murder trial are linked to the evidence.
You see, I'm not worried. I'm a prosecutor. I've got trust in the court. The trial started. We're on our way. We've led the first witness. The trial must just proceed. These derivative issues of what the police did with Advocate Teffo, that should form something different. But as far as the trial is concerned, the state presented the defense with a case docket. The defense indicated that they have a defense and they're pursuing a specific defense. So that's why I'm saying, Ayanda, the best for this matter and for everybody and for the family to get closure is that we should start on the 30th. The matter is postponed to the 30th. And that we should speed up the process to get to a judgment.
There are journalists who are watching this case who are still tweeting as of this morning. One of them actually has tweeted that she's received information that Advocate Teffo is actually still behind bars and all these reports about him being released are actually false. If he were to be arrested to a point where he can't appear on the 30th of May when this case resumes, in what ways do you envision that complicating the gains that have been made so far?
I don't want to even think that. I don't want to even think of the possibility that he'll still be in custody on the 30th of May. Because if he is, that will delay the trial into next year, I'm afraid. And that we can ill afford. We just cannot afford that. If I understand the courts, I hope that Advocate Teffo will appear this morning. They'll have an opportunity to indicate his failure to appear on a previous occasion. I just hope that he is in a position to proceed with the trial. Otherwise, I'm afraid that this matter will be delayed up until next year.
As if we can afford that 8 years down the line. Advocate Gerrie Nel, thanks very much indeed for your time.
Thank you.
Really do appreciate it. Advocate Gerrie Nel, of course, is the head of AfriForum's prosecution unit. Is also on a watching brief for the Meyiwa family as they try to get to the bottom of what took place in October back in 2014 when the soccer star was murdered.